So in the expression that we're given a complex fraction where the denominator also is its own complex fraction. So I think the best way to approach this problem is to kind of concentrate mostly on the denominator first. So I'll box that in blue. And what I'm going to do is just make that one fraction. So to do that, we need to take this in two smaller steps. We have fraction here. So I'm going to try and get a common denominator, which would be 2. So x over 2, and then that 1 would be 2 over 2. So really what we have here is x minus 2 over 2. And then we also have this fraction. So our common denominator there would be 10x squared. So with our first fraction, the 1 over 10x, we'd have to multiply by x over x, giving us an x here. And our second fraction, the 1 over 5x squared, we'd have to multiply by a 2. So when we combine those two, we have x minus 2 over 10x squared. So keep in mind, in this, we were dividing that part I have circled in red by what I have circled in green. So what we do have is x minus 2 over 2 divided by x minus 2 over 10x squared. And when you divide by a fraction, you guys should know at this point that we should be multiplying by the reciprocal. So we take our numerator, x minus 2 over 2, and we multiply by the reciprocal of our denominator in green, which would be 10x squared over x minus 2. So if we're simplifying this, x minus 2's would go away, and we're left with 10x squared over 2, which would be 5x squared. So what I have over here, boxed in blue, ends up being 5x squared. So if I were to rewrite this, I still have in the numerator of the entire expression 1/2 minus 1 over x, all over, we have 1 over 10x minus 1 over 5x squared. And we're going to simplify that. So to do that, we will simplify the numerator, which we have a common denominator of 2x. So we would have multiplied that by an x over x. And we would have multiplied this fraction by 2 over 2. So we end up having x minus 2 over 2x. This denominator here, we have a common denominator. It's actually the same thing that we simplified up over here of 10x squared. So we would have multiplied this by another x to give us that, multiplied this by 2 over 2. And we're left with x minus 2 over 10x squared. And again, we are dividing. So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So we have x minus 2 over 2x, which is our numerator, times 10x squared over x minus 2, which is our denominator. X minus 2 simplify out. One of our x's also simplify out, and we're left with 10x over 2, which gives us 5x.